Why though? Like, why? Like, the connections are battle warrior, Amazon princess, ladies, super strong. It's so. Are there any deeper connections I don't know about beyond just the vague ideas behind the characters? Like, there's more to them than that, isn't there? Like, okay, let's just talk about the matchup. So first off, they're gonna be putting their own Thor vs. Wonder Woman into question by doing this, unless they use the exact same numbers. The problem is, those exact same numbers are bullshit. Real talk, I want to point out that the numbers they gave for Thor vs. Wonder Woman actually support Thor's winning. Like, they give Thor a speed beyond Wonder Woman, who they only said was vaguely thousands of times light speed. They did not give a number for the Shattered God feat. In fact, they make it sound like it's not that impressive by saying that the fragments were only moving at light speed, which makes it seem a lot less impressive when you actually think about that for a bit longer. Like, they were coming at light speed from such a long distance, Wonder Woman had ages to stop them. Anyway, yes, Wonder Woman was shown stronger by their calcs, but that strength is less than Thor's durability, while Thor's strength is higher than Wonder Woman's durability. Like, how many times do I have to say it? Strength is never compared to strength in a fight. What matters is if your strength is higher than your opponent's durability. Otherwise, you're in a shit bind. Based on their numbers, Thor can one-shot Wonder Woman, while Wonder Woman could only possibly harm Thor with her sword, and punching him would only do a little bit, while Thor just needs one hit to take him out. And their number gives Thor a higher speed, so not only was the research bad, but the research itself supported Thor winning. I mean, come on, guys. Anyway, Wonder Woman. Apparently planet-level attack power, they'll most likely calc the Shattered God feat, and that's way faster than anything She-Ra's done. And 2 billion megaton durability. Might I bring up that 2 billion megatons is only 2 petatons and only continent level. Yes, they gave Wonder Woman continent level durability and speed way below Thor, while giving Thor planet level hitting power. Did they not consider that Thor being able to one-shot Wonder Woman, while Wonder Woman could not even damage Thor with her fist, would be a factor? Oh my god. I'm not even bothered by the bad research as much as I'm bothered by the fact that the numbers they gave us support Thor victory here. Anyway, first off, we have to establish which She-Ra. All She-Ras directly scale to their He-Man. In fact, you can almost say they're directly equal in almost every way because they have the exact same power source. And if they're going to scale the Power Rangers to each other, then they have to scale She-Ra to He-Man. Not doing that would be extremely dumb. It would actually be even dumber than not scaling Wonder Woman to Superman. And that's saying something, because if you didn't scale them, well, that's really stupid. Anyway. So, old cartoon She-Ra scales to He-Man pushing the moon. She gets murked. Alright. Comic She-Ra, though. If you include the comics, fuck, guys. Like, She-Ra is equally as strong as He-Man, who shattered the Starseed. This fucking thing is made up of fragments of the Big Bangs across every universe in the multiverse, stated twice to be infinite in size. So, he broke a thing made up of infinite pieces of infinite Big Bangs. She-Ra directly scales to He-Man and Hordak. Hordak with the Starseed can create universes, and He-Man fucking destroyed it. So She-Ra in the comics can be anywhere from universal to multiversal. Of course, there are stronger He-Men, like this fucking thing, which is fucking awesome. And She-Ra should scale. I don't know if there's a She-Ra that can scale to that guy, actually. I don't know what feats She-Ra has. Like, she kicked the moon one time, but that's fucking nothing compared. If they're gonna put that as a feat and put that above Wonder Woman, then that might be the single stupidest thing they've ever said in their life. Well, apart from what they said about Ghost Rider's strength and Lobo's strength, is like Ghost Rider wouldn't be strong enough to do star level attacks. That was a stupid. Now, I've not seen any speed feats from He-Man at all, any character in the He-Man multiverse that could scale to the Shattered God feat. Unless you somehow scale Superman and He-Man, but I don't think the times that He-Man and Superman fought would be brought up. Because that would be stupid. Anyway, when it comes to actually predicting what Death Battle will use, then I gotta confess, I'm kinda fucking stumped here. I can say for certain they'll likely at a minimum put Wonder Woman at planetary via world moving, Continental higher durability based on their last episode, and quadrillions to quintillion times the speed of light via the Shattered God feat. She-Ra though, I don't know. This might be the first time this season where I honest to God have no idea who will win, because I don't trust Death Battle to scale Wonder Woman right. In fact, I'm very certain they'll lowball her. And I don't have any idea what they're going to do with She-Ra. I think it's most likely She-Ra will win. it would be impossible to convince anyone that there is a meaningful power gap between He-Man and She-Ra, unless the people you're trying to convince are the kind of stupid people who think that scaling doesn't exist at all, and just think, oh, this character might have harmed this character who tanked the Big Bang, and they might have killed the Big Bang tanking character, but they're only building level. Those kind of stupid people who either are children, which excuses the stupidity, or, I don't know, there's probably some reasonable excuses, but if there's no reasonable excuse, then you're just dumb. I don't want to put anyone down. If you don't think scaling exists, that's fine, to each their own, but don't go near versus matchups if you're going to be like that, because you have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, this feat directly shows the Filmation He-Man, this fucking guy, breaking a seed repeatedly constantly put a universal and a multiversal power. Now, if you say that She-Ra doesn't scale to that, then how weak do you think She-Ra is? They're gonna probably use Filmation She-Ra. At least, I'd hope they would, given that's the first version, the most powerful version of She-Ra, scaling directly to fucking He-Man, breaking this seed. Now, given they put Shazam at only solar system levels, and they have Wonder Woman at below planetary durability, and still refuse to give Booster Gold an actual speed, despite how he can easily scale to Martian Manhunter. I mean, he scales to Martian Manhunter directly, while in this panel he's actually telling Flash to slow down, but that's not important, is it, guys? What I'm saying is, She-Ra directly scales to uni or multiversal levels of power. And given what they did with Legends Obi-Wan, they're most likely to use that. However, Wonder Woman at Uni level requires scaling to one of the most inconsistent characters in fictional history, and other feats like blocking all those attacks. But, see, the problem is, if they say that Wonder Woman is not universal because these few feats at universal level are too inconsistent, first of all, fuck off, they're already inconsistent in every way anyway. I mean, you have characters like Hulk getting knocked over by Captain America, which is not viable to use in versus battles because that's plot-induced stupidity. Also, it's a different version of Hulk, the 616 Hulk. Also, he gets back up right afterwards! Captain America did not beat Hulk there, you fucking... Anyway, if you're gonna be saying that Wonder Woman's universal or multiversal feats are too inconsistent, then you gotta look at Legends Obi-Wan and go, well, hold on a second there. You scaled him to a character who's like 1,000,000 times stronger than him. Anyway, her blocking the Greek Pantheon's attacks is incredible. Even with Universal She-Ra, they did actually put the Greeks' combined power at uni level, which is a fucking lowball. But Wonder Woman has directly blocked the entire Pantheon's attack, so it's definitely plausible they could argue Wonder Woman could block She-Ra with the gauntlets. But then She-Ra also has a sword, and like Wonder Woman is weak to swords. So, I've also heard the latest She-Ra is universal, but I haven't seen the evidence. It probably does exist, you know? It's becoming a theme of these because I don't have time to research, and you can tell I'm a bit miffed. I don't like this idea. She-Ra is an interesting idea, and I think the new She-Ra is probably really good because a lot of people tell me it is. So I'm gonna say She-Ra's a good character, right? Now, you don't take my word for it, because I've not watched it. And I like Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman's a great character. She's got a lot of charisma. She's really charming. And, like, the movie Wonder Woman, it's okay. She's an okay character in the movies. But, like, the comic book Wonder Woman's, like, this paragon of, like, truth and honor and justice and things like that. And she's a really inspiring character. And I can see a lot of people being inspired by Wonder Woman. She is a character that can inspire you, as long as she's written well. But why are they fighting? Like, why bring Wonder Woman back again? You fucked her up twice. Are you trying to amend for that? Like, at this point, Superman's the only member of DC's Big Three that's not appeared 3 times, so you just wait to see what the fucking season finale of this is gonna be. Fucking Goku vs. Superman 3 or One Punch Man vs. Superman, I don't fucking care. It's gonna be Superman somewhere in this season. Actually, it might not be, because I want to have more faith in Death Battle than to make Superman come in again. Anyway, fucking... yeah. Generally, with how Death Battle scaled DC, with Darkseid being the only above solar system level character, it's also the only character they could never get away with saying is less than solar system level, he's the only one that they outright stated. Everyone else has only been universal in, like, the little corner boxes. Oh, they said Green Lantern's universal. They didn't actually bring it up in the fucking episode. They didn't, like... How many people do you think missed that and were like, hold on, you didn't say anything for why Green Lantern could harm Alien X, because Alien X has universal durability, unless you're an idiot and you think Alien X is weaker than... I forgot his name at this point, fuck. But if you think Alien X is weaker than him in durability, then you're a fucking idiot! So they should have just said, straight up, no bullshit, Green Lantern has universal feats that are higher than Alien X's because of the scope of his universe. But because of that, because they refuse to just outright tell us Green Lantern, Lobo, Shazam, they are universal, Wonder Woman's gonna lose unless they bring that up directly. I mean, they did also have Booster Gold at Dwarf Star level, even though he's taken hits from Sinestro, who, is as strong as Green Lantern, and he's taken hits from Trigon, who, shits on Green Lantern. After all, not including She-Ra's universal scaling and feats would be nearly impossible to get away with. This is directly shown. This is the Filmation Chippendale He-Man. They'd either be saying She-Ra is significantly weaker than He-Man, which is wrong, or they'd be saying that this version of He-Man, who is directly shown to be the Filmation version of He-Man from a different universe than the one he's currently in, isn't the same He-Man. Then if they put Wonder Woman at Universal level, I mean, it puts some DC battles from the past into question. Like, why isn't Lobo Universal? Why wouldn't Lobo one-shot Ghost Rider before he could transform into Zarathos? Now, I know why, because Ghost Rider is way stronger than they made him out to be, so, you could definitely put Ghost Rider at a Universe level as well without Zarathos. But it brings in the question, if Lobo could... Why couldn't Lobo just punch him once and kill him? Why didn't Bane beat Venom? They said that Bane can take hits from Superman-level threats. Now, first off, the logic of Bane taking full-blown hits from Superman is absurd. It's an outlier. It does not accurately represent Bane's durability, at least on average. There might be some times where he's gotten superpowers, and that's why. In which case, they're obviously not viable for this fight. But if they're gonna go with he could take hits from Superman-level threats, then that would mean Bane's durability is universal, you fucking idiots. And you're either saying that Venom shouldn't have won, or you're gonna say that Carnage shouldn't have beat Lucy. Either Venom shouldn't have won because Bane's universal, or Venom should have won because he can harm universal threats, in which case Carnage should have beaten Lucy because he could harm universal threats too, because if you don't scale Venom and Carnage, then you're an absolute dumbass! But you know what, making Wonder Woman universal would be fine in a void, in just this episode, because, it brings into question the quality of the research for the likes of Shazam 2. Putting him at foe levels, which is solar system, and by saying Shazam only wields 1,000th of a universe level power, would make him seem like he's 1,000 times weaker than Wonder Woman, when actually, Shazam is fucking strong. Death Battle kind of shot themselves in the foot here. Now, of course, it's not impossible, right? If they don't put Wonder Woman at Universal, they'd be saying that she's weaker than Green Lantern. So either way, they're fucking up some other episodes here. They said that Bane took hits from Superman-level threats. They should have just not said that. They should have not said that, because that is an outlier. That is wrong. I mean, he has, but that's like saying that, I've made jokes, and I've even said before, Venom could be planet-level via taking hits from Hulk and Juggernaut, but let's be clear, okay? Revision. Venom is not that strong, normally, because scaling him to Juggernaut and Hulk is ridiculous, like scaling Bane to Superman is ridiculous. But, Wonder Woman, if she's not put at Universal, you're saying she's weaker than Green Lantern, which is wrong. It's generally consistent for Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Shazam, Aquaman, and a few other characters to all be within a very close range of power relative to each other. There might be some small differences, generally I think Superman and Shazam are the strongest physically, and generally I think Green Lantern's one of the faster ones, but that is just, those differences are so small when you reach that level of power. I've rambled on long enough. I think it's more likely She-Ra's gonna win. Wonder Woman will take the speed advantage. Obviously, there's no way you could convince anyone Wonder Woman doesn't, unless you want to say the Shadow God is inconsistent, in which case there are several other feats that put Wonder Woman above She-Ra already anyway. But it's anyone's game, really. I have no idea what Death Battle will and won't include. After all, if they do a He-Man and exclusively include the original cartoon and nothing else, She-Ra's fucked. I need a moment. I just don't care enough. Now for Danny versus Jake. This episode was fine. The animation kicked up after a bit. I called the Clones vs. Clones, and that was honestly the best part. I'm iffy on how the death of Jake looks, but the fact that it goes to Jake being a ghost and being sucked up is actually amazing and makes up for how weird this looks. I don't have much to say about the quality of the episode. It's just okay to me. Nothing really stood out as great. I do find it weird that Danny's Kamehameha wave is more powerful in the animation than his ghostly wail. Isn't his ghostly wail supposed to be the big, finishing, everything dies move? But then there's Boomstick's saying big booty buttocks, and I'm sold. Just kidding, I have nightmares now.
Time's up, pal.
Time, huh? Thanks for the tip.
Oh, hey! I can do that too!